Silent Symphonies by Rainforest. Narrated by Emmy Evans. Chapter 1. Seeds of a Deed. A faint, crisp breeze stirred, a breath of life as daylight died. Caress of the sky, a sigh divine quelled the silence. Hidden in zephyr streams like swirling dreams, a symphony in sympathy flowed as a cello's bow across the woes of the world. To cast away decay, the cascading wind carried with it the scent of forthcoming rain. Petals let go, releasing their beauty into the dream of memory. Hearts departed, blossoms like lost butterflies fell away into the tides of the sky, the whispers of their wings flying to defy a return to the tomb and womb of the earth. Aimless but not faithless, the wayless sways of false flowers became paths of their own, rivers of their own deliverance. A woman witnessed the migration of memories, read the tale in their trails. The soul encased in the amber of her eyes saw the sky as an extension of that amber prison, or was it a womb? Named so for the world to which she was born, Rulia watched the clouds like streaks in the glass she wished to shatter. The white silk of her hair that touched her shoulders was stroked by strings of the sun's radiance, played with as a violated violin. Heart-shaped face, careless to the consequence, or so she assured herself. Her concern was concealed by a black respirator half-mask protruding metallic tubes from both sides curved top to bottom. A cloak half disrobed by the breeze revealed the bandaged chest of a heart in bondage to a cause, her svelte frame unswayed to emotions felt. A lesser princess of hidden rule, Rulia deigned to not reign over ruins. To invoke the butterfly effect was her aim, a chance at change from a cascade of consequence. She thought it a gesture in jest from the wills behind the veil that the arrival of those tides would coincide with hers. Beneath white butterflies, black soot fell like snow. Pollution was the pollen of man. She hailed from a place where one need never blink against air so clean. A sliver of silver as fine as her hair arced from horizon over zenith to horizon. The planetary ring that wedded earth and sky cycled as in vivid vivisection of the atmosphere. The halo of that world as perceived from the equator appeared less a beam from beyond and more the rift of a celestial door opening. Escaped petals wrote across the ring of Rulia a tribute to the symphony that freed them, swirling across the heavenly line and bringing to mind the moving symbol of music's treble. Standing at the precipice of purpose, she oversaw a cavity in the earth created by humanity. 1 mile deep and twice as wide, that one of mankind's greatest accomplishments of the industrial age was to dig a pit for itself, seemed only apt as she looked down to where shadow crawled out along the walls by the fall of the sun. It was at that mine for the selfish where Rulia would commit a selfless act. The tract's repurposed sloped surface jutted hundreds of cubes and cuboids, concrete abodes for those who could not hope to escape the spiral of poverty. That quarry converted to city was known as the Pit of Rakata, a terraced slum whose people were as abandoned by their nation as was the mine. Colossal in its emptiness, the lacuna held a resonance. Wind from the whole felt as a collective sigh of the souls within. Brush strokes of bound will from hidden trees below gifted their colour to the clouds. Red ardour rose to kiss the clinquant light that was the lie of paradise. Rulia knew that humanity would do the same as they had before. So they would always yearn for what was not yet earned. Pale lashes watched passion turn to ash. The ascent of the evanescent was as fated to fade as was the destiny of flames, never to breach that farthest reach, instead ending in a return to the nether realm of the ephemeral. When the butterfly's dance of transcendence came to its end, the half-barren branches of the slums became a respite for their spirits. Once near vacant limbs once again became possessed by new colour, the white wings of another's will flickering as flames. To a city of eyes blind to the butterflies hidden amidst the leaves, she would let it be known how to see. In her hands was a guide into the night or into the light, a spell-woven tome to right all wrongs or wrong all rights. The book of sun and moon, kissing halves of a single face, possessed opposite covers in the colours of rival lovers. It was a codex to close the door to the future and open one to the past, dispelling the illusion of a wonderless world. To awaken the sleeping dream where memories of magic became phantom fantasy was the sin of a princess, the gift of power to the ruled. Like twin sides to the coin of chance, she would let the fall decide between the black or the white, the school of absorption or the school of omission. Neither was wrong, neither was right, only the judgment of the future magician. The fading of the day brought with it both the sparkles of stars and the lights of humanity. None brighter than the other in Rulia's eyes. She recognized equal potentiality. That diamonds formed from beneath the greatest of pressures was all she needed to know to not woe the choice of another, of the one who would fill the lacuna below with their will. To the embers suffocating within their own kindling, she let fall the flame of knowledge, the fire from which conscience would burn or build upon, dreams cremate or new ones create. The tome fell not like a stone, but as a leaf, a cradle descent from an unseen embrace unto a cradle of criminals and cynics. Weightless and guiltless, its heartless pages were open for the reader of the future to defy the destiny marked in the stars and author their own story.